Ah, DSW, birthplace of the humble brag. Here, the shoes are so good, no one would ever know how little you paid. If you didn't go telling everyone, that is. And with never-ending options for every style, mood, and occasion, all at really great prices, we'll definitely give you something to brag about. So go ahead, stock up on fresh sneakers from your favorite brands. Or try those boots you always secretly knew you could pull off. Find the shoes that get you at prices that get your budget at DSW stores or DSW.com.
Follow the money.
That's what I always say. You always follow the money.
Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Pauly Howard on VSiN.
Here we go. Welcome in. It is Follow the Money on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network. Mitch Moss along with Pauly Howard. We are live in downtown Las Vegas from the Circa Resort and Casino. A lot of fun coming up over the next 3 hours today. Among the guests, Brett McMurphy talking college football in 1 hour. Same with Paul Stone, pro bettor, his best bets for this week and beyond in 90 minutes. Jonathan Davis, heavy NHL slate tonight. Derek Stevens with a contest update. His usual Tuesday time slot at 6:30 Eastern time. We have a lot on last night's game. We have look-ahead numbers to Week 17 of the National Football League. And, Pauly, congrats to you. One of the first bets that you made last week was Pittsburgh on the money line in the game last night. It was never really as close as the final score indicated, right? 28-15. That bad boy was over with. That was a terrible third quarter again by Miami, negative 20 yards. It was all garbage time stats from Tua. That was the best trends game of the entire year, probably in multiple years. And I don't know if we'll have one that is close, if you like to buy into trends. They all came in last night, right?
Well, maybe ever. I mean, 22-0, and then a team 0-13 when it's less than 40 degrees. I mean, you could, not to mention the jet thing, too.
And there you go. To go one more, that now makes it 1-12 ATS for the team the following week after playing the Jets. That was a spot the Dolphins were in last night.
Okay, so take Denver against Jacksonville on Sunday. There you go. That's incredible. The old man looked good. Now, was it bad coaching by Miami? Was it a good job by Art Smith, like Roger said after the game? He likes that they have these cast-offs and all these guys with something to prove. But going shotgun in every pass, 5 yards, it worked. A little Scantling here, a little bit of Thielen, a little Washington, a little DK, even Jonnu Smith, the creativity and the tush-push, what they're doing. So could that work so much that they could win a playoff game? Who knows? But certainly it was a bad Miami and atrocious Tua, and they didn't get anything going until garbage time. And I am here for it, and I love an agitated, aggravated Troy Aikman, who was just all over him about, now you show some sense of urgency. I think he had dinner reservations, but he was just living it. They're calling timeouts, and they're down 3 scores, and they're letting they're huddling and everything. But it was just a bad job by Miami in a game they had to have. They had won 4 in a row in spite of how bad Tua has played. But Tua in the cold weather, Tua with a horrible interception. Rodgers looked good. Steelers looked great. Easy win. Trends came in.
Yeah. I mean, that's as strong as it gets if you buy into the trends again. All that stuff going into the game last night, and it really paid off. And again, the Tua stuff, if you didn't watch the game and you checked out the box score, you were busy last night, you're like, okay, that's kind of a decent football game, and Tua looked pretty good, right? Final numbers, 22 of 28 for 253. The passer rating was 113. The QBR was 12. And what does that mean? QBR is non-garbage time. When the game is, neutral or like kind of still in the balance. That was all Tua, garbage time, stat padding, 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. He had 75 yards basically after the end of the third quarter. And it all came, and a lot of that was to Darren Waller, by the way. And this is where, again, like when it comes to awards markets, futures, I don't think it would be very easy to come up with numbers in terms of like booking this stuff from a sports book's perspective. But it is, Darren Waller's not even on the board. He's my guy this year. I made this abundantly clear that I loved him after the first game back. He was the perfect candidate to win comeback player of the year. He was down and out of the league completely. He admitted to trying to off himself, basically. The divorce to Kelsey Plum, drinking, drugs, the whole thing. I mean, it was bad, man. Dire. That's what an NFL comeback story is like, not the Phillip Rivers stuff where he was retired. I'm talking about the letter of the law and the rules they have in for the award. And I'm not telling you that Darren Waller is going to or should win the award But there's an angle here. He has the Bengals this week. It's the worst defense against tight ends in the league by a mile. It's possible where he has 2 more touchdowns and maybe 100 yards, right? Kills him.
Yes, it is.
How he is not shorter than Phillip Rivers to win the award right now tells you all you need to know.
Yep.
Rivers cannot win the award. Darren Waller is the perfect candidate, and yet he's not even available to bet on.
Yep. It's unfortunate he got hurt. He's 6 touchdowns. What if he gets to 10? It'll be hard to catch McCaffrey after the season he's had.
Sure.
But you are absolutely correct. This is what the award is all about in the comeback story. And we go back to, he missed so much time at the start of the year, but McDaniel singing his praises about how good he looks in camp and how strong he's been in practice. And he comes right out of the gates with the touchdown early on in that Thursday night game. So what a weapon in the red zone, too.
Oh, yeah.
But also, you go back an indictment of Tua, that he just couldn't get it to him time and time again. And it only happened once the game was out of reach. And that maybe was the last game for Tua in a Dolphins uniform as well. $50 million guaranteed next year. McDaniel came out and said, we're assessing everything, and the quarterback play wasn't good.
Yeah, I saw this good tweet from Benjamin Solak, ESPN. He basically tweeted out, it's about $55 million. It's the same amount of money to cut him after June 1st as it is to keep him on the roster. And then McDaniel, like you said, not happy, not good enough, not going to get the job done. They do have Quinn Ewers on the roster, drafted him out of Texas last year. The guy, go back to what we watched in the second half of that national title game when he came in out of relief for Jalen Hurts and they won the game. I'd never seen anything like that before.
Yeah.
Right, where he just came in, was slinging it down the field, taking shots the entire time, so accurate, and you're like, this dude is going to win multiple Heismans, and had a really awesome college career. But then the shortcomings in the NFL, that's who he is and what he does. And he's not, they pay him like a franchise quarterback. A franchise quarterback is a Josh Allen type, right? It's an insult to actually call these guys because they make so much money your franchise quarterback. They would probably be better off by actually bailing on him and taking that hit against the cap without even him on the roster next year. That's it.
They got to blow it up.
You got to blow it up.
Coach, the GM's already gone. Quarterback, maybe Hill moves on. All the changes they're going to make. And just, winning 7-8 games, not good enough. And it's just, that's an obscene contract and what they owe him as well. Also, good job by a couple of viewers who pointed it out before the game. He was 17-1 at FanDuel and 12-1 at Caesars. Achane, most receiving yards. There were a lot of props that cashed last night. Yeah. Some big numbers that we'll get to coming up. Are the Steelers good? Can you get there? Can they win a playoff game? Rodgers has played well the last couple of weeks.
No.
You can't get there.
No, right, they're not good, and I cannot back them in a playoff game.
$1.25 to win the division. Maybe it comes down to Week 18 against the Ravens. I don't know. Ravens got the big one Sunday night. Then they go to Lambeau. And Pittsburgh goes to Detroit. I know you're high on Detroit. And then they go to Cleveland before the showdown Week 18. But maybe it doesn't matter. Hopefully the division's on the line, and that's your Sunday night game. But I will give them credit, though. The old man has looked good the last couple of weeks, and the offense has looked good.
I said this yesterday before the game. I'm not going to overreact to what happened last night. I actually hope they make the playoffs. If the matchup's right, it will absolutely be a bet against for me. Miami they were playing well before the game last night. And that was a good job by Pittsburgh taking care of business. By the way, you know who else came through every which way but loose last night? Gainwell was awesome.
Yes.
And he is a serious threat. And I like Warren, and I know that he was sick, but I want more touches from Gainwell.
Yep. Rodgers loves him. He's making like 1.7 a year, like about the vet minimum. And he said he loved him in Philadelphia. And he wants to get him the ball as much as possible. So look at props moving forward because he loves the guy.
Yeah, if you laddered him with the rushing yards, the receiving yards, it all came in last night. Again, we don't have very many spots. I think only one maybe in Las Vegas where you can ladder receptions. But his receptions he had 7.
Yeah.
So if you're betting like 5, 6, 7 on him, that was a huge payday last night. And oh, by the way, your guy DK Metcalf, that was an awesome touchdown.
Yeah, get off me.
Just I'm scoring, pal. Yep. There's nothing you can do about it. Oh, I need to point this out. Think about how bad the Jets are right now.
Yes, that's an excellent point.
They could not get the Dolphins off the field last week.
Yes.
And the Dolphins...
And Achane got hurt?
Yes.
I know.
And in Miami, they were terrible until garbage time.
Yep.
Boy, is that alarming. That Tyler Shuck, I think you're right. You bet the Saints yesterday?
Yeah. You have to.
Yeah, I think you're right.
They get you. But the Jets can't stop anything. I really have come around on Aikman. I also thought it was great. How about the taunting call? Who thinks of this stuff in the league office? You know what? We got to really address this.
That's a crying shame.
You can't stand over a guy after a big hit.
It's a bad look for the kids out there watching. What?
Who comes up with this stuff?
I have no idea.
Right? And it was so good, the fact that Aikman's like, I cannot believe that's a penalty. That is absolutely outrageous. Let's see what happens here. And like he was flexing, he hits him and he just stands over him. Oh, you can't do that. Taunting, 15 yards.
I think Troy has enough equity built up now, and he's probably gotten to that age where he's like, I can go scorched earth now, maybe more than I ever did my entire career, and I don't care.
Yeah, last year playoff game, the hits on Mahomes. Another example.
Yeah.
What happened in the Houston playoff game. Absolutely.
No, it's a good booth.
Yeah.
It's a good booth.
But I love it when he's ticked off and agitated. Like he was. He clearly had to be somewhere last night. It's like, what are you guys doing calling timeouts? Get out of here. What are you, right? Now you show some sense of urgency after you're getting your ass kicked. Come on.
Oh.
It was phenomenal.
Well, I guess put that on the calendar next year again when Pittsburgh hosts a Monday night game, right?
That is so strong. Hard to believe.
I don't even know how it's possible.
Yeah. You know, he's gonna do it again. 3 weeks ago, fire Tomlin chance, and he'll go at least 9-8.
Yeah. Maybe win that division.
Yeah. And then can he finally win a playoff game here and end that drought? But that's just shame on the Baltimore Ravens, though. They have looked good the last couple of weeks, but you can't lose to that team at home.
No.
And how bad Pittsburgh performed in some of these other games that they've had this year, especially that Sunday night game at Los Angeles when they couldn't get a first down against the Chargers.
You ran down some possible first-round matchups for the Steelers yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, what is the best-case scenario for them?
Well, not the Bills, not the Texans.
Chargers?
Jags or Chargers, maybe, although we saw what happened Sunday night, but I think they fixed things offensively and kind of the shotgun and just spread it around short. I don't know. Probably the Chargers.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to go well against a team like Houston.
That will not.
No. We do have the NBA Cup Championship tonight, a bowl game, and a heavy card in the NHL, including a couple of Malinsky specials. We'll run it all down for you coming up on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
DSW, birthplace of the humble brag. Here, the shoes are so good, no one would ever know how little you paid. If you didn't go telling everyone, that is. And with never-ending options for every style, mood, and occasion, all at really great prices. We'll definitely give you something to brag about. So go ahead, stock up on fresh sneakers from your favorite brands. Or try those boots you always secretly knew you could pull off. Find the shoes that get you at prices that get your budget at DSW stores or DSW.com.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Look, despite Oklahoma City getting upset over the weekend here in Las Vegas of the NBA Cup semifinals, tonight's game's really good on paper. Like, really good. Knicks are playing great basketball in the Spurs story. I mean, come on, they just took down the Giant. Before that game, they looked incredible, and they slaughtered the Lakers. That was never even a game. And the Lakers had a full complement of players there. The Knicks are 2.5-point favorites. Great breakdown on vsin.com today from Zach Cohen. I tweeted it out. If you have time before the game tonight, I would highly recommend that you read it. Some awesome nuggets in there, including when you look at Dunks and Three's website, adjusted net rating, New York is currently 4th overall in the NBA at plus 6.6. San Antonio about plus 3.4. The Knicks also 2nd in the NBA in adjusted offensive rating at 120.7.
They're balling.
Yeah. Oh, that is awesome.
They are balling. It's the number 2 offense against the number 7 offense. Pace, Spurs 16, Knicks 26. But you're right how about great they've been offensively, and now what Brown's done defensively, 18-7 against 18-7. The winner, $530,000 per person. And some people a little concerned about how hard the Spurs celebrated. Some say they celebrated like they won the title after they beat the Thunder. So this time off, we'll see. Great game, as you mentioned. Mackin in great numbers. Spurs 5-1 overrun against the Knicks and 5-1 ATS. You must look at Harrison Barnes' threes over tonight. 1.5 over minus 170. I mean, you want to talk about bombs away here. These are attempts. 8, 9, 7, 6, 12. So whatever reason, in the month of December, he's been taking a lot of shots and a lot of threes. He didn't make any against OKC, but he was 4 of 9 against the Lakers. That was a blowout. 32 minutes. He was 4 of 7 against New Orleans. He was 7 of 12 against Memphis. And he was 1 of 6 against Orlando. But to make 2, certainly the attempts are going to be there and the opportunities for Barnes tonight.
Would you look at a ladder then? 3+ is going to be a nice number.
Yeah, and I don't mind Bridges either.
No, I bet him points.
Bridges has really played well in this month, too.
So I bet Bridges 15+ points at -122. He scored at least 15 in every game that he has played with Brunson and without McBride. And he's also averaging 18.6 points per game. In those games, San Antonio was 23rd in the league at guarding spot-up attempts. And obviously that speaks well, I think, to Bridges' game. There's also, the angle that Oklahoma City had their worst shooting night of the entire year from downtown, and one of the worst overall in an entire game on Saturday night. They hit, and I talked about this yesterday, and I talked about it on the new podcast that JBT and I recorded last night, Pod to the Futures. Go check it out wherever you get your podcasts. They were unconscious against Phoenix, which they're not going to do that every single game. And then they came back and nobody could hit a 3. They only hit 9 the entire game. And they also had a huge lead in the second quarter, 16 points. I'm also thinking, Pauly, so Wemby's on a minute restrictions code tonight, right? Going into the game. He only played 21 minutes against Oklahoma City. He finished plus 21. He had 20. The guy was awesome. He's the best player in the NBA, one of them anyway. So what about, he never played in the first quarter. If the approach is going to be something similar tonight and he only gets, 20-ish plus minutes in the game, low 20s, and he doesn't play maybe at all in the first quarter, or if he maybe comes in late first quarter, how about Knicks then? First quarter, maybe Knicks first half. They're only 2.5 for the game as well.
Yeah.
And they come out and they go bombs away and they get out to these huge leads right away anyway.
Yeah, that's why his props are tough tonight, but that's not a bad angle, and also how great Brunson has played. Brunson's been phenomenal during this run, too. So I think that's a valid point, though, about the celebration after beating the Thunder. And they got those 2 big matchups coming up Tuesday before Christmas, and then the actual game on Christmas.
Right.
So with a home and home. So, yeah, I think that's not a bad angle, but I think it's in play in terms of the total, though. Could be high scoring, but not what you want to see, though, with the total when you see the pace, though.
What are we saying about the Spurs if they actually take both those games against Oklahoma City?
Well, then it's watch out time. This is the team you have to fear then if you're the Thunder. And this could be the conference finals for the next 5 years. Certainly Denver has their issues defensively and the injuries. That was a great game last night against Houston. But I think this, with how young this team is and the depth and how well they're playing, even without their star, and he comes back, that's scary. And you are right, how they just dismantled the Lakers in that last game on the road, no problem. They got a lot of pieces and a lot of guys that can score.
Yeah, there are 3 teams in the West that I'd like to see pitted up against Oklahoma City in the playoffs in a 7-game series. And they won't get all of them, but I'd love to see them get, somehow at least 2 of them. And we saw 2 of the teams play last night. I'd love to see Oklahoma City in a 7-game series against Houston, Denver, and San Antonio. So if they would have to go through 2 of them in the West, that I think would be really fun television to watch. But I kind of like the Knicks tonight.
Yeah.
That team is, I actually wanted to see the Knicks against Oklahoma City, see what that could look like. That did not go well for New York last year in that series, but who knows? Again, they're playing great basketball. We do have some Malinsky specials tonight.
Yes.
In the NHL. Here's one. The Red Wings are back home. They host the Islanders. So this was after 6 games and 10 days on the road from December 4th for Detroit to this past Saturday. They were at Columbus, Seattle, Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, and Chicago. A heavy-duty West Coast road trip included in there. They are rested, but so are the Islanders here. And the Islanders are a great story. They are 3 points back of Carolina right now in the Metro. And Andrew from New York has been tweeting me since early on in the season. He has absolutely sick numbers on this team to win the division. They're still available in the 16 to 18 to 1 range to win it. I don't know if they can get there at the end of the season against Carolina, but this one qualifies for a Malinsky special anyway. It's not the next day that they're back.
Yep.
So it's not a 100% Malinsky special, but it still qualifies.
Sharks return home to host Calgary after 5 games and 9 days on the road. More on this with Jonathan Davis coming up. Also, Montreal has played 13 straight second-period overs at home. They take on the Flyers. We do have the Avalanche in action, although they're on the road. But they have still incredible numbers, goal in the first 10 and goal in the first 5. That keeps happening.
They're minus 160 first 10 tonight. That was the same number the last 2 games at home.
Yeah. But the 12-1 run, first 5 is at home. But they still have strong numbers overall, home and road. And we got Jari going against Skinner. How about that? After the trade, these teams go against themselves. Or match up tonight, Oilers $1.40 on the road. More on that with Davis coming up, what he thought of that trade.
Yeah. Also, the Rangers are hosting Vancouver. The Rangers are 0-5 in the second half of a back-to-back this year.
Yeah, Seattle territory.
Right?
Yeah, very good.
Right. I think I have to bet. I'm pondering Islanders plus 118, plus 119 territory because they're a good team anyway, and they've been good against Detroit this year. Also, I think I might have to bet Colorado because I bet them, I think, their last 3 games and I'll go in the first 10. I got to bet it till I lose like twice in a row. Mm-hmm. Right? I mean, I know that you're going to bet it tonight, right?
Yep. Yeah. How about the bowl game? This one's tough.
Well, there's line movement on this bad boy.
You got a 2-point move on the total, and you got a Troy open 3, and now Jacksonville State is favored. As you got questions about the quarterback for Jacksonville State, and also, for Troy, and then the Crowder, the running back, has opted out.
Mm-hmm.
Meadows has hit the opted out. So 2 key players out for Troy. Their defense played well in the Sun Belt title game against James Madison. They hung in there. There's some turnovers late, and then they got run out. But 8-5 against 8-5, and you're right about the line movement. And also Jacksonville State, incredible story the last couple of years. What Rich Rod did last year, and then they lost to Kennesaw in this Conference USA title game. So let's start the Bowl Mania tonight.
Paul Stone's going to have an opinion on this game coming up in about an hour here on the show. But it's good now that we had one on Saturday, which was weird.
Oh, total blowout,
that
too.
That game was lost in no man's land.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. 5 o'clock start?
Yeah.
Yes.
And so then now it does really start tonight. And these used to be the games that I love to bet on. I say that because, again, the college football landscape has changed so much, and you never have any idea until basically game time what the hell's going to happen. Guys could opt out right now if they wanted to.
Powers is big on this. Look at the SOS. And a lot of times that's what he'll base a play on as well, assuming, there aren't opt-outs and crazy stuff.
You know what?
It's 143 against 93.
Yeah, it actually favors Troy, right?
Yes, Troy, 93 SOS. Jacksonville State, 143. Want to bet smarter this holiday season? VSiN has the perfect gift for you or the sports bettor in your life. Take advantage of the holiday special and get VSiN Pro access through May 1st, just $79. Every best bet, every host, every guest, and the betting splits from DK and Circa. The AI-powered prop tools, weekly wide receiver cornerback matchups, the video, the replays, all the betting guides, full coverage through every sport. Limited time holiday special, VSiN.com/subscribe. Unwrap your betting edge today, VSiN.com/subscribe.
Yeah, it never ends. There's like 35 college basketball games on the board today as well.
Dr. Gebhardt likes Tennessee tonight. Really likes Tennessee against Louisville. Yep.
And Greg Hoops Peterson has write-ups like every single day throughout the season, and he'll have like 8, 9, 10, 13 bets. He's like, hey, my number's off by 5 points. This is worth a bet to me. I like the over. But so you're going to get nonstop action when you go and sign up today, like Pauly was talking about. And coming up, we do have Week 17 look-ahead numbers in the National Football League. We have Christmas Day numbers, 2 games on Saturday, Eagles at Bills, Bears at 49ers. What a week.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Coming up in 15 minutes, win-lose, Pauly thinks it's the biggest video poker jackpot he's ever seen. I don't even know. I'm going to go in fresh. Can't wait for the details on that. Here we have look-ahead numbers to Week 17 in the NFL. A couple of Saturday games, 3 Christmas Day games, obviously. Eagles, Bills, Bears, 49ers. Let's go. These numbers are courtesy of FanDuel. And the Christmas Day numbers. The Cowboys are 3.5 at the Commanders. Total is 51.5. You said yesterday I give up on Washington. As do I.
Yep. It's 3 at DraftKings. This is tough. These games look great on paper before the season and even a month ago. And now Dallas is out of it. And Mahomes done for the year. Also, I will point out, Circa Survivor, there are 10 people left. Over $18 million on the line. 5 have Dallas. Nobody has Detroit. Nobody has Denver. One person has Kansas City.
They all have Minnesota.
They
I
all have
believe.
Minnesota. 9 has Washington. So if everyone survives this week, half the field are going to be on Minnesota and Washington and have to play a dog. Think about this. Is really getting juicy and interesting. I don't know if we're going to get a chop, but this is tough. I could only look Dallas though, just because of the schizophrenic Commanders, who were great against Denver, but then Denver plays down to their level of competition. Then we saw what happened against Minnesota. So,
and by the way, this to me is Exhibit A on why you have to keep. Yes, you have to keep as many teams as possible for these holiday games, because anything can happen, and a guy like Patrick Mahomes can get hurt right before that game. So if you, and only one person has Kansas City, but if you were planning this out the whole time.
Yeah, can you go back to what you said yesterday? If you were still alive, you were going to play Kansas City this week against
Tennessee.
Right. I mean, can you imagine?
I know.
You blew up right in your face.
Of course it did.
Horrible.
So, and I know other people are going to say that's the wrong approach. I want to play great teams when I can. And, if I have to make a coin flip on Thanksgiving or Christmas, that's going to be the play. That's not for me. Yep. I don't know.
So you're in a different, unprecedented situation then for those possible 5 people. You're going to have to lay $1.80 on the money line with your hedge, as opposed to taking plus money because you're going to be a dog.
Well, Lions are 3.5 at the Vikings. Total's 48.5.
Well, I got to see what happens Sunday. You think they crush them and should be able to move the ball. I hope you're right against Pittsburgh. But this is for all the marbles, too, if Detroit can beat the Steelers. And McCarthy's been improved. He's been in a good job the last couple of weeks.
And by the way, he looked good against the Lions the first time they played.
That's right. And you're right. They beat him, and he's playing with a lot of confidence now.
I like the Vikings plus 3.5. I called my shot yesterday. They're going to win out and go over their win total. I'm also trying to manifest that because I have the win total over 8.5. Broncos are now 5.5 at the Chiefs. If the Broncos absolutely have to have the game like blood, because what if they win this week and the Chargers lose and the Patriots lose?
I think that locks it up.
That should be the 1 seed, right?
I have to double check, right?
Yeah.
But so if the 1 seed is still on the line, then, but you really have to like Denver here. And the other thing is, they had made the playoffs 10 years in a row. That stadium was half empty last week. Right. I couldn't believe it.
I know.
I don't care it's cold. You've been spoiled. You go to the AFC title game every year and multiple Super Bowls. You checked out in a hurry on that team.
No doubt. What do you think make of the total there, 40.5?
Well, I don't think it's going to go well for Minshew.
I will not.
But it also goes back to what Bo Nix am I going to get?
Yeah, I would only. You figure it's going to be nice and cold outside in Kansas City. I think the under at 4.
I like that.
I'd like to see if it gets to 41.5, a key number there.
But they've trailed in every game other than the Raider game. Yeah. Play with their food. They mess around. They play down to the competition.
Yep. Doubleheader on Saturday. Now shop around always. But Texans, Chargers, that's a pick. Some places, FanDuel has Texans minus 1.5.
So does, DK has it as well. Last week, the guys at the Westgate made the Chargers 2. But you just see how well Houston's playing, and it's going to be hard for the Chargers to protect Herbert in this one.
What's the sack prop going to be just for Houston? They probably have to make it 3.5, which is, you don't see that number typically.
And this could be for the division. You get a Jacksonville loss Sunday.
Right.
You're going to blow out the Raiders. You win this one, and then you get Old Man Rivers at home to close the season.
You're large and in charge at that point.
Man, those were big tickets not that long ago on the Texans. And then you were talking, Ryan's to sneak in here if a couple breaks go his way.
Boy, that's going to be – I almost feel sorry for Justin Herbert in that game. He is going to be – again, we're going to have to bet his rushing yards over automatically.
Yeah, I know.
And maybe most rushing yards in the game.
It's back-to-back games. Just doesn't have time to throw. We got all the injuries.
Yep. Ravens at the Packers, Green Bay 3, 45.5. That is an adjustment based on the Green Bay injuries, no doubt. Because if Green Bay did not get any of those injuries on Sunday against Denver, they are absolutely higher than a 3-point favorite against Baltimore.
I can't recall being this frustrated about a team that I don't really have a rooting interest in. But Baltimore just beats themselves. Silly turnovers by Lamar Jackson. The 1-5 start, but the defense is playing well. Got to beat the Patriots and get some help. But Saturday's big. I still think the Packers beat the Bears. They still have a lot of talent. Okay, so you're down Parsons, but you still were a contender.
Oh, they're down way more than that, though.
Yeah, it's Kraft too, but and we'll see if Watson might not play Saturday. But in any event, we'll see who plays. But also, this season could be on the line for the Ravens as well.
Then we go to Sunday. The Seahawks are 7.5 at Carolina. Boy, Pauly, you compare that number to what the Rams were a couple of weeks back and to what the Panthers were getting at Green Bay. I know they won both those games, but this feels like a bargain on Seattle. Although Sammy D isn't exactly lighting the world on fire again over the last 3 games.
Well, they'll move it in this one. I'll trust their weapons in this game. We got to get Shaheed going here, too, to help out JSN. But I'm looking at it the other way. They'll turn over Young. Bryce was terrible in both games against the Saints. You throw out that Atlanta game, he's done nothing this year. I mean, it's like you have a parade downtown if he throws for 200 yards.
Right.
So, I mean, this is where they're in the spot they love to be in, though, which is a big dog. But that's a good teaser game, too.
Now, no exaggeration. One of the games I'm most excited about next week is Arizona at Cincinnati. And the Bengals are 5.5 totals, 50.5. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I do have Trey McBride in one of my biggest fantasy leagues. You know what he's doing at this point. He leads the league in catches. He has more than 1,000 yards. There's an angle here where he could still lead the league in touchdown receptions.
Yeah.
And he has 10. The Bengals are historically bad and have by far and away the worst numbers guarding the tight end.
Yeah.
Please, my God, give him 20 targets in this game.
Could be like the T.O. game.
Yeah.
That they had. We'll just throw him Brandon Marshall. He'll have 20 catches. If they want to do it, he will. Yeah, you saw what they did last week.
And how do you have an opinion on the Bengals after what happened against the Ravens?
Yep.
I don't even know. Buccaneers are 2.5 at the Dolphins, 46.5.
Ooh. Quinn Ewers, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh.
A little light?
Yeah, that's light.
I don't
Or
disagree.
Zach Wilson? Nah, I think Miami playing out the string. That's a Tampa Bay game.
Oh, they were eliminated from the playoffs last night.
Yeah.
It's 1-2-3 Jamaica. Let's get the hell out of here. Right?
Steelers 3.5 at Cleveland. God, the Browns are bad. I'm surprised Stefanski hasn't been let go. Just the offense. Look, they're the bottom 3 or 4 in every statistical category offensively.
Pittsburgh 4.5 at FanDuel. Who brought that angle up with us this week?
Tim Benz. They never win there.
Tim Benz. Yeah, you're right. Yesterday.
Won there once in the last 9-10 games, whatever he said.
Yeah, that was yesterday. I don't even remember. Boy, my memory is shot. But that was interesting when he brought that up.
3.5 at DK. It just Judy taking the ball, grabbing the ball from Judy. Offensive line's horrendous. Turnovers, can't run the ball. Yeah.
How about Jacksonville laying 4.5 at the Colts, totals 44.5. I will assume that's going to be another Phillip Rivers game.
Yeah, 5.5 at DK.
And Jacksonville has been running wild all year by creating all these turnovers. But the problem is Rivers he's not going to try to throw it more than 5 yards down the field for the most part. It sounds like all of a sudden his arm strength is going to come back.
Do you concur? We should never have 2 late games.
Oh, ever.
2 late games?
No.
What if the Eagle game's a blowout? That could happen.
Yeah,
I mean, if they win Saturday, they clinch the division. They might just say, okay, let's just relax now. Not that they're going to sit people that early. But Bills 3? That's that in the Raider game. That's all we have. We got 2 late games.
I hope for the sake of the league doing this, it is a blowout, and that's all you have then.
If I'm Scott Hansen, I'm like, come on. Give us our money back. I'm running the red zone here. There's no red zone. You're
defeating the purpose of having the red zone on days like that.
Yeah.
And then the Sunday night game, Bears at the 49ers. San Francisco's 2.5.
What a game.
Should they not be at least 3?
I like the over.
Which is 51.5 at FanDuel.
Yeah, Cam Ward played well. He moved the ball in that game. Does Purdy turn the ball over? Purdy's been solid the last couple of games. He wasn't against Cleveland. He was bad against Carolina. That's a big question mark. Well, what does Purdy do? But the Bears, number 1 in takeaways, could be an over.
Is that suddenly like respect here for the Bears, or is it, we're really not buying the 49ers either? I think it might be a little bit of both. But then the Monday night game is the Rams at Atlanta. Something stinks about that game.
Why?
Because I'm afraid of Kyle Pitts all of a sudden.
All right.
Kirky living up to the hype.
Yeah, 48.5.
2 years ago.
I see points in that game. Yeah.
Win, lose, and Pauly thinks it's the biggest video poker jackpot he's ever seen next.
Come to DSW for the shoes, stay for the fun. Because let's be honest, if shoe shopping isn't fun, are you even doing it right? So go ahead, try something new. Try something different. Good different. Try something that feels like you. You know, the real you. And then definitely brag about it later. Because at DSW, you've got unlimited freedom to play. With sneakers, boots, and everything in between for every style, mood, and occasion, you'll definitely find shoes that get you at prices that get your budget. DSW. Let us surprise you.
Win Some, Lose Some is sponsored by the Sharp Plays.
Were you a winner last night?
Wow, winning.
Or was it a rough one?
Well, they can't all be winners, can they?
Loser! You're a loser!
Pauly Howard recaps the night in sports betting in Win Some, Lose Some.
The all-time trend game last night, the situation with after you play the Jets. Miami had lost 13 in a row under 40 degrees, and the Steelers 23-1 on Monday Night Football at home since 1992. The loss was supposed to be a Sunday game, moved to Monday because of COVID. Incredible. Most receiving yards, 8-chan, 12-1 at Caesars, 17-1 at FanDuel, by a yard over Waller. It was just like that game on Thursday night against Buffalo a couple years ago. They're playing catch-up, it's dump-offs, they're getting blown out. Perfect storm. The other team has a big lead. They go conservative. 8-chan gets there. Good job, everyone. First touchdown, Hayward, 80-1 with the tush push.
Now, I never talked to Ryan Kramer after the game last night. He's the one here at the network who gives out, and has been awesome, first touchdown scores. He had two different Steelers tight ends yesterday.
Yes.
I'm willing to bet that Hayward scoring last night pisses him off, so he probably considered him, because I know for a fact that he's given out Hayward plenty of times in the past, and he's hit with Hayward before.
Yeah. 18-1 anytime touchdown.
I bet you he was pondering him too last night. Yep.
Damn. Waller, 2 touchdowns, 27-1. Jonnu Smith, anytime, 5-1.
Out of the backfield?
Yeah. First time in history, 2 tight ends at a rushing touchdown. Valdez Scantling, anytime, 10-1. Comes right in, bam, there he is, touchdown. Why? Nice coverage, by the way.
Yeah, well, how about the people that went to war last night in fantasy leagues with either Warren or Gainwell, and you get the tush push, but then you get the toss in the backfield of Jonnu Smith?
I know. Yeah, I hear you. Scoreless quarter, plus 240. And still the game goes over. Mavs Jazz over, 237.5 up to 242. Goes to overtime, flag at 42. Winner. Subscribe, be part of the team, vsin.com. Our radio and podcast friends, you always want to see these tweets and videos. At Pauly Does Vegas on Instagram. Send them in, we'll put you on. I believe, to me, I've been living here 25 years. This is the largest video poker jackpot I've ever seen. This is at Resorts World down the street. There's an unbelievable Mexican restaurant across the way called El Dorado Cantina. Next to it is the largest gentleman's club in the world, or so I've been told. But any event, this is at Resorts World. It's Mitch's. The game Mitch likes to talk about, but rarely plays.
I've been playing it lately.
Have you? Super double times. Now, when you get dealt the Royal, this is what is supposed to happen. He's playing $5 denomination. The person gets dealt the Royale with cheese. So a $5 Royal's 20 grand. It spins 10 times, locks it up, holds it, spins again 20 times. So it's 20 times 20, 400,000, and he's playing triple play. That is $1.2 million on the $5 super double times dealt Royal 20 times.
Yeah. Okay, so this is how it works is when you actually hit the spin button, right? Then you're going to get dealt your cards on the bottom, but then under this circumstance, you get the first happy times. Mm-hmm. So it's not after you hit the Royal, it's before. So it comes out...
It'll spin.
It comes out happy times 10.
Right away?
Oh, yeah. Right away.
I thought it would dealt the Royal.
No.
Go ahead.
But then when you hit the deal button on this one for the double, then it spits it out after you've been dealt it. So then it goes from 10 times to 20 times.
Yeah.
You got to be kidding me.
Seen it. We know someone, remember that viewer did it on dimes. He won 40,000. Same thing happened to him. It was 5 play.
240,000 credits for that.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Can you top that? I can't. There was $1 million hit at Cosmopolitan. A guy got dealt aces with a kicker on triple play, on triple double, but I've never seen a video poker higher than what. That's $1.2 million.
So unless you're going to be playing at some machines where they let you play 10 times on this. Most of them are triple or 5 play. But do you know how rare it is to actually get 20 times? Again, the first time it has to spit out 10 times, which rarely happens, and then the second time it's got to hit at you again with another 10 times. Oh, man, I can't even... That feeling... Going to retirement right now.
Yep.
Never play again.
How about this game Saturday? We got the semifinals, Montana State against Montana. Look at the ticket prices. Look at this, the semifinal to go in the FCS title game.
Yeah, we're cooking here, baby.
That's right. It's not as bad as World Cup, which we'll talk about. I know a lot of people will run it. Hey, I'd like to go see England play, and it's $8,000 if I want to take my family. Like, what's going on here? They keep slashing prices. Nigel's on tomorrow, by the way. But you see how much these tickets are going for. 800,000, 1,200, 50-yard line for the big one Saturday afternoon. Villanova plays Illinois State in the other game. My mistake, Nuggets, Rockets. That's a winner. Went over 232.5 up to 237. This is getting a lot of run on social media. This Bears fan, he's superstitious. He does it every game. He sneaks in bags of spaghetti to the home games. I know I put it under lose some, but there it is, a Ziploc bag. It's like my ex's my mother-in-law, where she would go to the buffet and get, okay, Colin, I'll get you cookies and I'll get you stuff. And put his face in there and eat it. He does it every single game. And they keep winning. There it is, the bag of spaghetti. He's got the fork. Get in there, big fella. What? Mitch, you're speaking?
It's
in the
preposterous.
Ziploc bag with the spaghetti.
Look at this guy.
Oh,
Look at this
my
animal.
God. Puts his face in there. Oh, incredible.
Buries his face in there as if it's, okay, all right.
Oh, man. Yeah, and the trouble for security can sneak it in. Before the line moves, sharp plays already there. They don't just follow the market, they help shape it. You're not going to outsmart billion-dollar books of full-time sharps on your own, but Jeff and his crew have unbelievable sources. He covers every sport. Look for the trends and tips and first touchdown tweets on a regular basis. The Mr. Poison on Sunday morning. They deliver the edge serious bettors rely on. Free reports, alerts, market moving insights straight to your inbox or X feed. They've been at it since 2011. They've been follow the money since day one. Great on the air. Great person. Jeff, documented results, public logs, transparent receipts. Sharpplays.com. Stay ahead of the line. Sharpplays.com.
It's funny. I was looking this morning at odds to become the first overall pick in the draft next year. And I actually looked at the current draft order that we have. It goes Giants 1, Vegas 2, Tennessee 3 right now. And all three of those teams are 2-12. And updated odds basically have Fernando Mendoza, the Heisman Trophy winner, at about $1.80 in that neighborhood anyway to be the first overall pick. And I laughed. I'm like, how the hell is that the right number on him? There is no way he should be $1.80 to be the first pick in the draft. And then I saw our buddy Brad Powers and Joe Osborne. They talked about it today. Mm-hmm. And Osborne asked Powers his thoughts on Mendoza, and Powers said, I wouldn't take him top 10. I don't disagree. Mendoza's a great story. He's an unbelievable soundbite. Good for him for winning the Heisman. But who's going to, if the Raiders get the number 1 overall pick, you're telling me that they're going to just say, yeah, we're going to hold on to this bad boy because we need Fernando Mendoza? Or will there be teams that say, hey, this is boy, that's a piece of gold you're holding on to right there, Las Vegas. We need to trade up and offer you like a Carolina-type deal for Caleb, vice versa, for Bryce Young and then Caleb Williams to the Bears eventually to take this guy? What world are we living in? Come on.
I can't imagine you see a huge trade.
Oh, neither can I.
Someone gives up all these picks and whatever to move up to take somebody. Not a quarterback. No. Even Dante Moore, Simpson, some of these guys. Yeah.
So
no way. And how about the Rams who have Atlanta's pick? Rams could win the Super Bowl and get a top 10 pick.
Yeah, sure they could.
Oh.
There is an angle here where I think, first of all, Las Vegas loses out.
Yeah. Giants will beat them out here. I agree.
I think. But if they don't win out and they happen to be the Giants, and if it is either the Giants or Tennessee picking first overall, they're not taking quarterback. Not going to happen. They have their, quote, franchise guy. So if we don't have any of these other teams say, I need to trade up for Dante Moore or Mendoza or somebody else, then isn't it worth maybe taking a stab here on either Bain or I think Reese at 25-1 to be the first pick overall?
Yep. I have seen Moore and Mendoza mocked to Cleveland at 4, which would be hilarious. After you take Gabriel in the 3rd round and Sanders in the 5th round, and you still have Watson.
I would just say, the people would have to there would have to be anarchy in the streets of Cleveland if they take a quarterback at 4 overall. How could you? Oh, they don't care, but I mean, how would you justify that? I think all these teams should want to trade down, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not going to have takers. At least I don't. I mean, maybe I'm wrong again on that. But imagine the team that trades up to number one overall, and they're like, Dante Moore's our guy. Fernando Mendoza's our guy. We're going to give up 3 picks and whatever else for their number one. I can't imagine a scenario
Yep.
where it happens.
And the one time the Raiders are going to lose out and just have a horrible season and do the right thing, they don't have a quarterback to select.
Yeah. And
unlike all these other previous years when they won games late in December and screwed it up.
Well, watch them be the team that actually does it then. Yeah, Mendoza's our guy. We're holding on to the pick. Not going to take any trades. We think that he can turn the... Oh, boy. You know, if Gruden and Mayock were still there, they'd probably do something like that.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Up next, we'll talk college football with Brett McMurphy. There are 2 small favorites and 2 huge favorites in the first round. The upset is coming from which game? We'll ask him next on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.